Player U-turns. Who doesn't love the drama? Everton are a team that haven't had a lot of luck with this in recent years. You had Dan Juma, they were so close to signing him. Then he chose to join Spurs and later joined Everton in another window anyway. Then Kenny Tete recently, his contract had expired at Fulham. Looked like he'd agreed a deal with Everton. All of a sudden went back on that, had U-turned on it. We're going to break down some of the biggest U-turns in transfer history. I had to start with Spurs on this, didn't I? Imagine paying for a player's cab to him to go back to his hotel and think about a transfer move, only for him to then divert that cab to your rivals and join them. That's exactly what Emmanuel Petit did. Sticking with Spurs, Willian is an arguably even worse version of this. He was at the training ground, he was ready to sign, he got a call from Jose Mourinho, had then left the training ground and joined Chelsea. They even made a chant about it. What could have been? But it's not all bad for the Spurs. Step forward Gaza was ready to join Man United. Fergie was so confident this deal was done, he went on his holidays, only for Spurs to swoop in, buy his family a house, buy his sister a sunbed, and eventually he joined Spurs. It's fair to say Fergie wasn't happy about that one, but what a player. Fair to say Diego Forlan didn't have the best spell at Man United. He was a bit of a late bloomer, but when he flew into Gatwick Airport in 2002, he was meant to be joining Middlesbrough. It was only because a phone call from Sir Alex Ferguson had changed his mind that he then joined Man United, although that spell didn't particularly go well anyway. Sticking with United in the Sir Alex effect again, a United great and Roy Keane nearly didn't even join them. At 22, he'd agreed a £2 million transfer to join Blackburn, but as it was the weekend, the transfer couldn't process properly. He flew back to Ireland to celebrate, party in a new contract, a new deal, but when he was there on the Sunday, his mum answered the phone to Sir Alex and had called and tried to convince him. He managed to convince him to join United, and let's just say that Kenny Dalglish did not take that transfer well. He turned around to him and said, "I'll fucking find you." 28-year-old Malcom, now plying his trade in Saudi, only had 1 year at Barcelona, but he'd actually originally agreed to join Roma that summer. Fees were agreed between Bordeaux and Roma. Barcelona had swooped in. There was definitely something that went on dodgy there. Roma had even considered legal action at the time, but it's fair to say he didn't exactly have the most successful stint there anyway. One for luck and arguably the craziest, John Obie had actually agreed to join Man United before he did Chelsea. He'd posed in the shirt, he'd arranged a press conference, everything was sorted, but then Chelsea swooped in and everything changed. Let's just say United didn't take that well. Sir Alex apparently went to his hotel room and begged him. There was a contract drawn up. They took it to the High Court and Chelsea in the end paid his transfer fee of $4 million to FC Lynn, and they had to pay Man United $12 million in compensation. Also had other transfers like Ibrahimovic to Arsenal, where he was supposedly offended by Wenger asking him to have a trial. You had Daniel James to Leeds, you had Hasselbank to Barcelona, but those last two sort of collapsed in the end. Have you got any interesting U-turn transfers that happened? Let us know in the comments.